everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen, and in today's video I'm sharing why you're not taking action on your goals and what you can do to fix that. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, that's it, let's start. Okay, the first thing is a lack of clarity. So you aren't taking action on your goals because you don't know what the hell your goals are. Understandable, like a lot of people have vague bucket list goals and they're like, you know, it'll be like, write a book, or, but, you know, what kind of book? What genre? You know, how long will the book be? When will you write the book? What's the target audience? How are you going to get the book published? All of these questions remain unanswered, so make sure your goals are very specific. So it might be, I want to write an 18th century drama romance period novel, and it will be, I don't know what the good length for a novel is, 100,000 words long. Maybe that's too long. Anyway, I'm sure any writers can correct me in the comments, but the point is you need to get clear on your goals. And once you've got clear on your goals, the next thing that may be stopping you is that they seem overwhelming. Like, where the hell do you start writing a book that is many, many thousands of words long? So you aren't writing a book, you're writing the first chapter. Or maybe you're writing 2 pages. Break down your goals. Okay? Break them down into steps so small that it seems ridiculous not to do it. You're not writing a book, you're opening a document. Now you're writing the title. Oh my gosh! 2 years later, you've written a book. Okay? So break down your goals until they seem achievable. I talked about this in some of my other videos, so feel free to go and watch them. Also, another reason you're not taking action on your goals is you fear failure. And that's natural. Everyone fears failure because back in ancient times, I say this like I'm some kind of historian, which I'm definitely not, but back in ancient times, if you failed, it meant that you failed at hunting, so you couldn't eat, you failed at, like, being a social part of your tribe, so you couldn't reproduce, and you were also denied shelter, so failure literally meant death. But in our modern world, this is not the case. You know, you fail, but, like, hey, you can try again. So you might have failed at an assignment. It's okay, you're not going to have to, like, drop out of college. And you're most certainly not going to die, like you would have in caveman times. So your fear of failure is natural, but it's also worth trying to get over. And the best way to do this is by failing at small things, and by learning from your failures. So you might want to start with something that you're not too invested in. So, for example, maybe you want to try and learn flower arranging. And if you fail at it, it doesn't mean you don't get to eat. It just means that you can have an opportunity to learn and apply those lessons later on. Flower arranging is great, by the way. I highly recommend you try it. Another reason that you are not taking action on your goals is you're not motivated. So a reason that you might not be motivated is you're not pursuing your passion. And sometimes, even when you're pursuing your passion, you are not motivated. I am at Durham and I'm studying geography, and I love geography. Like, I love geography. I'm obsessed with trees, I'm obsessed with the environment. I have spent, like, my childhood and my teenage years being obsessed with being on a geography degree course, and I'm on a wonderful one, and sometimes I'm not motivated. So motivation does not last, discipline does. So get yourself into a routine. Motivation is fun, hype yourself up, but it's not necessarily enough. Also, if you have goals that you're actually passionate about, motivation will come much more easily. So maybe take some time, realign your goals with ones that you are actually passionate about achieving. Okay, procrastination. You are a procrastinator. You procrastinate like there is no tomorrow. Or maybe you procrastinate like there are an endless series of tomorrows, more accurately. Anyway, this happens to the best of us, and, like, you know, I run an entire channel about productivity and I procrastinate, okay? So you don't need to feel bad about it. And this can, like, be because of fear, or, you know, you don't want to do something. Sometimes I procrastinate doing something productive by doing something else productive that I'm not supposed to be doing yet because the first thing is more urgent. So sometimes it can take many forms that you don't think are procrastination, but they are. And so the way to deal with this is to basically eat the frog, like, do the hard thing. You've got to force yourself. Sometimes you have to force yourself to do the hard thing. Like, I remember when I was revising for my politics A-level, I would get up at, like, 5 AM before school, and I would go through my flashcards. Did I want to do this? Absolutely not. Did I get out of bed anyway? Yes, and that's discipline. So that's not motivation. And discipline sometimes is the only thing that can overcome procrastination, as well as breaking down your goals into little bits, because, like, who would procrastinate a tiny little goal? Like, you know? Also, lack of planning can sometimes be in the way of taking action on your goals. So if you don't have a roadmap, what are you going to do? Like, what the hell are you going to do? Where are you going to start? So you need to start by making a roadmap, but also beware, because over-planning can be a source of procrastination. You'll be like, oh no, I just need to plan a bit more. No, you don't. If you have a plan, get on with it. If you don't have a plan, make one. But don't make it too long. Make a plan. Act on the plan. Okay, distractions and time management. You knew I was going to mention this. If you are shit at managing your time, or if you are constantly distracted, that is going to be a problem, and it's going to get in the way of your goals, and you are going to be one sad bunny. Turn your phone off. Tell your friends to stop knocking on your door. Go to the library, or if the library is full of loud freshers, as it is at the moment, no shade guys, I was there, go to a different library. So the point is, make it a point to seek out distraction-free spaces, and to have like reminders or calendar like schedules that tell you when it's time to do each thing, and make sure you actually stick to that, because it's no point having alarms if you just ignore them. So again, that's where discipline comes into play. Another reason why you may not be taking action on your goals is you have low self-confidence. I see this all the time. I see this in like loads and loads of people. It might be my friends, it might be like my subscribers. I see it in everyone. Like, everyone has self-doubt at some point. If you don't, then I'm amazed. And this is okay, because everyone has it, but it's worth taking steps to increase your self-confidence. So again, trying small things and failing at them and then getting better at them can really increase your self-confidence. And I've been through lots of stuff in my life, and some of it's been quite hard, and the way I've dealt with that has increased my self-confidence, because I'm like, well, that was hard, but I got through it, so like, it's fine, I can handle this. And when you actually go through failure and you succeed despite that, that actually gives you a lot of like confidence in yourself, and it can actually make you feel a lot more secure and less anxious, because you trust yourself to get the thing done. Okay, external obstacles. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that sometimes the reason you're not taking action on your goals is genuinely someone else. A lot of people use this as an excuse. It's like, oh, I couldn't do X because the other person didn't do Y. Most of the time, 90% of the time, that's bullshit. Like, that's an excuse, but 10% of the time it's actually legit. Sometimes you don't have the resources, you don't have the support, you literally have what my dad called this external dependencies, and I don't think he invented the phrase, but basically you're dependent on someone else to do something before you can do the thing. And that might be someone else is being slow, they're not meeting deadlines. This is particularly a problem in group projects. And usually I just end up doing half the work myself, which is not ideal, but anyway, I have had a couple of good group projects. But sometimes it's an external obstacle, and do your best to address those problems with whoever is causing the problem, but ultimately recognise it's not your fault. Okay, the final tip that I want to share, tip or reason, is a lack of accountability. So who cares if you're not achieving your goals, if you're not accountable to anyone? Like, it's important to tell someone about your goals. This is honestly part of the reason I set up this channel, is because I wanted you all to stare at me and judge me when I didn't work on my goals. So thank you for being here, and thank you for keeping me on track. So share your goals with someone you trust. Obviously not someone who's gonna like kick you down every time you fail, but someone who's gonna be like, hey, have you done X today? And if you can be that person for someone else, that's even better. Okay, so find some way of sharing your goals to make you stay accountable. It could be like a chart on the wall, it could be sharing it with your best friend, it could be starting an entire YouTube channel so you don't procrastinate. Or maybe this channel is just a way that I procrastinate doing other stuff. I'm gonna have to think about that. Anyway, that's my last tip for today. These are the reasons why you're not taking action on your goals, and how you can stop that pattern. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and that's it for today. Alright, see you guys, bye!